What is going on, Airheads and DeFi Rebels?
We live?
We
We're
are
doing it
live. Doing it live. Did you see Tucker's interview with Bill O'Reilly? And you talked to him about that?
I saw the preview for it, but I didn't actually get into.
It's like Bill O'Reilly didn't know it was as big of a thing as it was, and that it was everywhere for like a long time.
Yeah.
But check this out, dude. What do you think?
Live.
What do you think about this? So, this is the monthly chart. We got a fair value gap from here to here. So if we draw the fair value gap, just from that wick to that wick, you can see we're in it. Almost clear the entire fair value gap. We probably still could. The top of that fair value gap is 28,856, right? Logical level on the monthly is these three candles right here. I mean, I don't know how you couldn't think of that as like major support from where we're currently at. So imagine the stink if it was tapping this and then going down to this.
I mean, it's crypto sentiment on Twitter is ridiculous, dude. Everyone's like, October, we're pumping. Every Telegram channel's pumping out, retail shock faces. Not a damn thing has changed in my sentiment.
No,
Put the videos out.
Here's what happened today. So I showed this a little bit. And by the way, what's going on? Michael, Vasco, Ryan. Vasco, you might like this one. Did you know that you can load historical data on Bookmap? I actually knew this, but I didn't know you could go up to a week, which for me,
That's not me.
I was able to drop a subscription to Material Indicators Fire Chart, which is expensive because I wanted it for the historical data. But anyways, so I got the historical data loaded in. I missed the pump on Sunday night. Wasn't paying attention. I don't typically trade Sunday nights. I was busy. But when I looked at it this morning, we can see how thick the liquidity was going into yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening. Then it started thinning out. And it started thinning out before the move. This wasn't liquid.
Wait. Are you supposed to be showing us Bookmap right now? Because all I see is
Yeah. Yep. I hate this, dude. Hold on, guys. Bear with me here. There we go. All right. So this was the big pump. This is what started the rolling up the hill, right? This was all that liquidity at 27,500. And it started to erode. It started to disappear before the pump. This wasn't, they were cleared. This was movements before. So this all disappeared at 27.4, and then this started to erode at 27.5 before the pump. So in my experience, when looking at this, 8 out of 10 times I would say that this happens where big liquidity just evaporates. We head in that direction. That is my experience with
So
this.
you're talking about they pulled the order, so let them go through the buy wall.
Yep, and that's what happened. But not only that. Let me go back to. Actually, while I'm here, I'll show you guys the current levels. I don't have to switch back and forth. But 27.2, 27K, 29K, 28.5.
I mean, we're at 27.2 right now. We already touched it. 27.250. So do you think we come down further for that little bit of liquidity? 27.2.
Possible. It'd be interesting what Asia does. 27K is the real thick one. Actually, 26K now is the real thick one.
26 flat. 26.3.
26 and 30 are the two thickest on the book map. On Nance, as you call it.
On Nance. Thanks, fucking Sam Bankman-Fried.
Go ahead and put my my screen back up. All right. So here's what happened leading up into the pump, right? I mean, all weekend long. Are we on the Delta chart? Yep. So all weekend long, you can see the whales were building up long positions. Throughout the entire weekend, they were building up long positions. And same thing on the spot buys. They were slowly, if we go back, let it load for a second here, you can see they were building up spot positions through the weekend. Then Sunday night happens. We pass the 45-day funding of the government, and they just fired off. And
That was
it
an
all
hour
started
before Asia opened. It took off.
Yeah, I mean, it just took off. CME started open. It felt like the Sundays of old, right? You remember, like, Sundays used to be pretty freaking volatile.
Yeah, you used to buy the dip on the weekend and then pump back up on Monday.
Yep. So it felt like the Sundays of old. What's going on, the other Brian?
Brian.
There's only one Brian in here right now.
Health, wealth, and knowledge. Welcome, my man. I think that's the first I've seen him in chat.
That's Brian.
Well, that's
Sometimes his name is different. I don't get it. But yeah, so I wasn't paying attention this weekend, but if you were paying attention, you probably saw that the whales were building up. They were building up long positions, they were building up short positions, and small orders, TWAP orders, market makers, so the 10K, the 100K plus orders were doing the opposite. They were doing the opposite. They were trending down or flat all weekend, as they were just kind of pumping. But on top of that, if we go to this, or no, I wanted to be on. Did I want to be? I'm never gonna be able to find this again, so I'm just gonna post it up from Discord. Actually, I'm just gonna talk about it. So the smaller orders were doing the opposite of what the whales were doing as usual. So the market shorted the bottom right here. Like, this was about 3 o'clock this afternoon, and then the price went up. It's like they're doing the exact opposite. It's been fun watching funding rate. I have not seen this type of funding rate action. It's like the whales are literally out here headhunting.
They're looking for.
I have
liquidity.
never seen this, I don't think. Since I've been paying attention to funding rates, this is what it usually looks like. So let me switch this to the day just to show you guys. This is not what it normally looks like. Gotta refresh it here. Come on, Velo app data.
Velo's the bomb, by the way, and it's free, at least for the time being.
I guess that's not gonna let me go that far back, but take my word for it. The markets are long 99.9% of the time.
Well, that's January, so you're zooming way too far out. Zoom back in.
I can't though. Like, it's on daily. What do you mean?
Oh, never mind. I was confused with what you meant.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the funding rate here. Maybe I can see it on. We'll look at Coinalyze. Let's go to daily chart.
Bitcoin AGU 3000 BTC. What is up, my good fella?
What's going on, buddy? But the markets are historically long. But it's just like they're out here headhunting, man.
Man, I was looking for a good entry all day, and that might have been it, but it's not really within my rule set, so I'm not going to take it.
Yeah, I didn't take any plays today. I watched it. There was a couple times, like I was telling you earlier, where it was like, I wish I would have taken a position there, but we kept on overshooting liquidity. That's just how I trade.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that liquidity overshot was like $200 in some cases, where it should have stopped at 27.5 and we blew right through it, went down to 27.3. Makes it tough to gauge if we're continuing that direction or not.
Yeah.
But your buddy's in trial tomorrow. On trial tomorrow.
SBF?
Yeah. He's going to have his closest friends, his polycule, are going to be testifying against him tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, but so tomorrow is just the start, right? So it's jury selection tomorrow. But all the usual suspects will be there. During the trial, Caroline Ellison's going to testify against him, Nishad Singh, Gary Wang, all the usual suspects. Sam Trabucco will be there. Friedberg will be there, so they're all going to be there.
What do you think about this bribe allegation that Sam Bankman-Fried's trying to bribe Trump into not running
I think
for president? $5 billion.
That came off of that 60 Minutes interview, right?
Yeah.
Who was it that was doing it?
Oh, I linked it in Discord. It's been such a busy day for me today.
I forget who it was, but that guy did not seem pretty credible at all.
No.
He was,
I mean, Sam Bankman-Fried's not credible to begin with at this point, but
is the grayscale deadline still October 6th? I believe they've pushed all those back.
the next deadline is sometime in March, I believe. It's the guy that wrote the book. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, he was saying the world needs another SBF.
Yeah, that's crazy. We don't need any more fraudsters. No more fraudsters, please.
There might be Bosco. I'm not sure. I'm not going to search for it right now, but I guarantee you, we're not going to get an approval on the 6th of October.
They launched
they're going to keep pushing. I mean, they just gave itself another 60 days to consider ARC 21 shares and the CBO. So Kathy Woods and the CBOE exchange as well. They're going to keep. It's not going to be till next year.
I mean, they
They're
pulled
gonna
the
keep pushing
liquidity
this
at
shit back.
27K, 27.8. At least according to the fire charts. Trying to catch up a little bit here.
What else happened today news-wise? Oh yeah, Kenya's officially shutting down WorldCoin.
Like we didn't see that coming. Can we get a short on that install?
ETH ETF nothing burger. It would appear so. The volume
It was
today.
a futures ETF. Like that's the thing about crypto Twitter, man. Every little fucking news event is we're going to the moon.
Yeah.
And like just basic market structure should tell you otherwise each and every single time. And the people who fall for it every day keep falling for it. Hopefully nobody in Aere or mine or Rebels Discord, fell for any of that shit. We told you it was coming down and probably staying down, and it went up and it came down all in a day at this point. We're finally breaking out of a horizontal triangle at this point, but
Yeah, I mean, if there's low trading volume in regular crypto, I can't imagine there's going to be high trading volume for an ETH futures ETF, right? I just can't imagine that there's going to be a lot of want for that at the moment, since there's none. I mean, we're still I think we're at a 4-year low now for spot volume on Bitcoin. I'm sure it's the same, but it's released to a dud today. First day of trading for the event.
Yeah, nothing. Futures, it doesn't mean anything. The best thing that could happen for this futures ETF is it gets depegged, it falls to like $300, and we can all scoop it up like super fucking cheap and wait for it to repeg. Because I would buy.
Today?
Do you remember when the Bitcoin futures ETF was depegged by like 18 grand?
Yeah.
Like at the bottom of the market? It was trading at like 8K. We all should have bought it at that point.
Wait, ETH is negative on the month.
Is it?
And granted, we're 2 days in, but Bitcoin's green.
Ugh,
You kind of talked about it earlier today too, where alts were bleeding so hard at one point. It was like they're
bleeding into Bitcoin. So they hit the top, they started retracing and breaking their daily resistances already. Bitcoin's gonna follow. I put the BTC dominance chart up this morning at like 7 a.m. and it was breaking 51% when I did that. That's insane. I mean, we got nothing but... I mean, we didn't even really swing the entire gap on ETH. We may come back up and get that.
Oh, yeah. Did you see the FTX hacker transferred some ETH around today?
Yeah, he spent a fucking shit ton of fees. Is my screen not being shared? It's not.
No.
I'm just going to throw mine up quick. Whoop, cancel. Oh, my bad.
Need me to fix that?
I got it. There we go. Clicked the wrong buckaroo. I mean, we're kind of like, this is ETH. Let's see if we can get you a little brighter, higher contrast here. I'll have a VVRB on this. VRVP. Doesn't look as good as I thought it did. I mean, we're holding the gap. Let me go back to the other chart. Oh, that's the daily. I mean, can it hold this cloud? Like it got the buy signal, it came back in, it whipped all the liquidity back out into the value area low again. I mean, we got a shot at actually closing this entire gap. But again, what I'm looking for on these charts is not the moon. I just want this gap to fill. Right? It's all the way up. I mean, back into this like 1850 zone so you can short it into the ground.
I'm gonna butcher your name. What's going on, Buwai? Buwai trade? Probably butchering it. I apologize.
Hawaii. Good morning, Alpha Aere. Greetings from the Philippines. What is up, brother? I mean, we're below the previous week high. We're below, obviously, Monday's high. We're below previous week low is way down here. So 15,620 was last week's low. Doesn't look good, though. Now we got gaps all over the place on the daily.
Look at just how this plays out. Look at the... So you remember that fair value cap on the monthly that I charted?
We're getting a bounce off the 786. I just put a fib video out, guys, if you had your fib drawn. Although it blew right through it.
Look
just so much liquidity right now.
Can you see? That's
the
that monthly fair value gap.
Yeah.
I mean, look how right, and I drew this perfectly. I mean, wicked right to it, wicked right to it, wicked right to it, rejected, broke through it. Now we're right at the bottom of it, writing it as support.
Yeah. That's
crazy, dude, how that works out.
Did we miss the long again? The double bottom wasn't even very nice. I don't think it's done. I mean, in a perfect world, we come down and retest this imbalance again. So I'm probably looking for something right here. And it's already on there from what you call it, but I'd like to see this box met.
Lux Elgo.
Yeah. So here's your last, wick to the downside on the hourly, and then we had the shoot up. And Asia is officially open. First hour Asia open is buying. We got the resistance above us again. So now we got to get right back through the golden pocket and back over top the 0.50 fib, but we lost every fib level. Even the 786 technically, but it's a tough call, man. But this is not normal market structure for a bull market. So, I mean, we pumped 5%, and we've given 4.3 of that back. 5.5. And 4.73. So we've almost given it all back. And we're just kind of sitting in the middle of nowhere again here. See if we can get trade different up here. See how my marked levels did for us.
Giovanni wants to know, are we in a bull trap or is it bullish? Well, we got to hold one of these pumps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got to hold one of these pumps because we've been giving them up every single time now. I mean, we're heading up and we've broken out of that kind of 25, 800-ish range that we were in for so long after that initial dump. So I guess that's technically bullish, but we need to hold these pumps, man. We keep retracing them.
Yeah, it's trying to retrace already. I mean, that 28.541 level I had marked here on trading different on liquidity. It went up just above that. I mean, maybe 1%, right? A quarter of a percent into the rest of this liquidity here, and left just a sliver left. But I mean, that ultimate level I had marked here was at 92.3, 92.2. I just don't know if we're going to get it at this point. And usually what that is just that one little that gasp of retail tries to just pull this up until we hit a gap, and this would be the gap up here. But we did that normal, I mean, this is a 5-minute chart, but we did that normal shoot up, that shooting star up, and then we gave up that whole Order block, immediately give up the 5-minute order block. That's usually a very good top marker. Came back up and tried to get the double top liquidity and couldn't break it any further, and then just would have been a hell of a short if I had it, but didn't even make a trade today.
What about this? What do you think about larger time frames, right? So bullish or bearish. So we had our FTX low, there was a higher low. Then is this a lower low or a higher low? Because the wick is lower, but that was a pretty volatile wick. So, you know, the next one,
32% uncounted.
The next one, it would technically be, I mean, this would technically be a
You on the daily?
higher low. Yeah. So do you meet in the middle and say it's an equal low? I mean, that's kind of how I'm looking at it. I mean, high, higher high, higher high, higher high. You know, bullish would be to make a higher high. I don't know what to call this. I think this is like an equal low.
I mean, let's just throw one on there and let's see what it thinks. Let's get rid of some of this shit and just look at market structure. All right, so here's pure market structure on the.
I was trading different, Brian, right, Dunki? You're just on trading different.
Yeah, that liquidity indicator, if you're on my YouTube right now, it's just linked below in the description. Actually, it's not. I'll throw that here there in a second for you. But tradingdifferent.com. It's actually stop losses. So these are stop losses up here. It's a little different than a liquidity indicator like Bookmap, so you can actually see people's positions. I'm not really zoomed in here, but at the top here, I just have the 10x positions on, but you can throw 25x, 50x, 100x, and see where people's actual stop losses are or on the order books. So that's pretty sweet. Now that would have been a hell of a play today. That would have been like 30% on account if I didn't work this morning. What was I doing? Daily structure. Let's see here. So we got low, higher low, higher low. And then we got lower high, lower high, lower high. And we have a high. So we don't have a higher high yet. So we have to crack 30,200 to get a higher high on the daily. So we have to eat up every single one of these initiations on the dump to create a higher high. So if you guys want to play this indicator, this is a very simple tool. I use this a lot. It actually draws your Elliott wave or your structure on your chart for you. Pretty simply, this one is called if it comes up, I have my other thing on here. Maybe that was the issue. Higher high, lower high. Let's put that lonesome wolf. I'm not sure why I can't view scripts right now. What the fuck is going on? Anyways, this is what it's called right here. Higher high, lower high by Lonesome Wolf. I have it kind of changed colors and stuff around for you, but I didn't change any of the sources. It's still showing the zigzag for us. Show higher high, lower low. But this is how you learn market structure, right? So this is the daily chart. If I'm looking at this on the daily, technically we are in retest, right? So here is your line to break back into the old pattern with volume. Here is your current low. If we drag a visible range volume profile here, we should be able to get, here's our POC on the daily, or excuse me, here's our POC on the daily, here's our value area high, and that lines up right with my 9250, okay? So this pump may or may not be over, but the SFP I want is this guy on the daily, the value area high, right? So about 9,200. It may or may not be over, but we got to take it, again, we got to take it one level at a time, unfortunately. We're running out of buyers. It should not just, and we get these, take a look at the difference in the price action, right? So let's actually see a pump. So here's today's pump, right? This one candle. We've given it all the way back to the 786 fib. So we've given 3/4 of it already back. This is actually a real pump here. So that's 3 days in a row, with the 3 white horsemen pattern all the way up. We haven't gotten that at all. That is not this, okay?
Well, they gotta be white horsemen.
What did I say? It is white horsemen. I don't remember what I said now.
Why they gotta be white horsemen?
Oh, I don't know. Is there a PC term for that now?
I'm sure there is.
The 3 gray horsemen, according to my chart. We want to make them the 3 neon horsemen. Here we go. So daily buy indicator, no fire on the pivot point here for Lux Algo. That's a pump, right? 1, 2, 3 days of solid price action. This is, in my opinion, this is what we're at, right? So too many charts up here. I apologize. Here's what we have going against us. Daily chart, Bitcoin is pumping. What's counterintuitive to Bitcoin pumping, right? The most counterintuitive thing to Bitcoin pumping is the DXY pumping with it, which it is absolutely doing, okay? Typically, I'll just ask you, what is the denomination of value and currency you trade for Bitcoin? What is it worldwide? It's the US dollar. Okay, it's USDT, it's USDC, it's the US dollar in the fiat on ramps. I'm sure you can buy it with euro and stuff like that, but overall, on a grand scale, it's USD, right? Be it the pegged cryptocurrency stablecoin or the actual value of that. So when you buy, you cash out your Bitcoin for USDT. That would say the DXY is going up, right? So if Bitcoin's pumping, USD or the DXY should be dropping, right? It's not doing that, okay? If Bitcoin's pumping, USDT should be going down, and the euro dollar evaluation should be going up as well, because people are swapping currencies again to what's the most flattering at the moment. That's not happening either, okay? So the 2 underlying assets that should determine the Bitcoin's value and what the exchange rate is are going the opposite direction of Bitcoin. That would tell me it's a short squeeze at the end of the day. All we had was the market makers wanting to take about 350 million in shorts out of the market, clear the way to get more on their order books for their own shorts, and then continue the price action to the downside. So far, that's all I think it is. It did not hit the level I thought it would hit. Does not mean it's absolutely over at this point. But it wasn't happening. It wasn't happening in the right order.
Shorts got liquidated.
Yep. So if this was actually a real pump, let's look at what happened to DXY when this happened. It's just to show you the scenario case. So when this daily pump happened, we were down here on June. So let's just say the pump started Monday, June 19th. Here. So Bitcoin was starting its pump, right? It was starting to pump, and then it took off, right? So Bitcoin went up. Here's where DXY went down instead. So that was a valid move because the DXY moved into it. People who were selling their United States dollar into Bitcoin dropped the asset price of the dollar, and Bitcoin went conversely to the upside. I got to drag these a little closer together. I was making a 4x chart there. Too many charts. There we go. And then we can go back over the Bitcoin. Here's that same area right here. Bitcoin chopped up. And dollar chopped down. So that's a valid move in my opinion. We just haven't seen that on Bitcoin. It's just not happening. It's a short squeeze. And you got every influencer in the sun. I could go through, I'm in all their telegrams just so I can see what they're going on, because they're better indicators to sell and buy inversely than they are for the way they say it's going. I mean, Crypto had a big thing up saying we're going to the moon today, and then all of a sudden he changed it 2 hours later. He put another one out saying, bull trap. And, BitBoy, I'm not even subscribed to it, but what's his new channel called? Actually, I posted it in Discord. Actually, I can't show you Discord.
Some shit.
Ben Armstrong? Crypto?
I'm not sure what you mean, JR.
I mean, here's BitBoy's video today, right? That's his thumbnail. Bull run begins, a new crypto era. So he put that out 9 hours ago, which would have made it about 1 p.m. Eastern. So he put his video out right here. Right on that candle, his video came out. And it dropped another 4.5% from there. I can't do it, man. Like, these guys are just... You're even seeing a pivot in both of our videos at this point. We're not just giving you Bitcoin levels anymore. We're trying to teach you how to trade properly again. We're both pushing smart money concepts.
Better, dude. Like the perma bull videos get more clicks and real facts and real price action and teaching people how to trade and having your mouth open on the thumbnail gets more clicks than like actually trying to tell people how to properly trade.
Yep. And they're guessing, dude. I'll bet you. Like, this is kind of mean to say, but I don't fucking care. I don't think BitBoy can make his fortune back.
No, not off of.
He got lucky, dude.
Crypto. He got lucky in the 2021 bull run.
Yep.
Correct, Ryan. You're correct.
BitBoy is the gym creator. Dunki DXY isn't connected to Bitcoin. It's connected to the basket of currency. It is, but the euro is like 60% of it. The yen is like 20% of it. So if those are trading conversely to the US dollar, that's why it's our ally nation currency basket.
I think maybe JR and Ryan were misunderstanding you, because I'm not sure what JR samples meant, but he was they run in opposite of each other, right? Just like Bitcoin typically follows the stock market. I mean, they run in tandem with one another.
And the stock market came down a little bit today, right?
Yeah.
Not much, but pretty flat.
Dude, everything was bleeding hard today. I mean, look at here. I mean, we were talking about this earlier today too. I mean, copper right now,
Silicon Valley Bank is delisted.
Is not doing good. Copper is an indicator that leading economists watch, and you can see what happened during COVID, right? Copper crashed. The economy fucking tanked, right? They printed all that money. Then we've been kind of building back, just like Bitcoin price was kind of building back through the beginning of the year. Then it stalled out and it's been retracing. And right now, copper is coming up against some pretty stiff support, starting to lose it. Next level we're talking about is 3.54. If we lose that, it's not going to look pretty. This is just like the cost of goods. That's why economists look at this stuff, right? Is how much demand there is for copper. It's a huge leading indicator in the economy.
Yep.
But looks like the S&P finished pretty flat. NASDAQ finished up 0.83%. The Dow had a rough day, down 0.25%. But even like, here, let's go. Even a lot of everyone's favorite indexes and stocks to trade, like SPY is losing its year-long, or actually, is it a year-long? October 2022. It's been able to hold this support line. We have slipped it, retested it, and then slipped it again. QQQ is doing the exact same thing. QQQ is losing it harder. I mean, I have a target price of $320, and I remember someone asked me before it broke out, like they were like, "That's a 20% drawback." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't care what it is. It's just what the chart's a 12% drawback. It's just what the charts are telling me. I don't care what it is." And so far, dude, what do you think, Michael Berry? Do you think his position is in the green finally? I mean, it is.
Yeah, he's still in it. Green. I mean, he's probably been laddering in. I mean, when you got $1 billion
Hold on, SAS
position.
Finance. Haven't seen you in a while. Silver yoinked. They all yoinked, dude. Everything yoinked. Oil yoinked, but that's a good thing, I guess. Gold did. Copper, platinum, silver, everything. The bonds had a freaking killer. Bonds hit 4.7. The 10-year yield hit 4.7% today.
Yeah, they're pulling back just slightly now, but 30 years. I mean, the 30 years at 4.781.
Yeah. 2-year 5.1. I mean, this is the opposite of what you want to happen.
Oh yeah, I do.
If you want to be in a bull market, right?
Let me pull Matic up here for. I don't think Giovanni asked that.
Go ahead.
I haven't. Yeah, I just haven't looked at Matic here in a minute. I don't even know where it's at in my chart. Here it is. Ooh, it's like tippy top right now. Oh, that's a 5-minute chart. I mean, right now it's at the top of. I mean, again, this is just a 5-minute chart, so it's at the top of an SFP here.
There's inverse and short ETF funds. If you want to short the DXY, I think Invesco has some. Deutsche Bank has. They all have.
So here's the interesting thing about the alts, right? It's a full day behind the price action of Bitcoin. So Sunday, alts hit their top, right? And let's go ahead, and we're breaking out of this channel. You can see the parallel channel I had here. I don't really, well, it's almost to the top of the range. Maybe it's got a little bit more to go. But alts hit their top yesterday. Bitcoin hit its top today. And that's kind of what I was talking about in Discord, is the fact that if alts are already bleeding off their all-time, like their daily top, it's probably not good, right? Let's just make some adjustments here to the chart. I mean, technically we're in a breakout there. Let's get rid of that Elliott wave. Let's pull a fixed volume here. Well, that didn't work right. So daily,
I don't know that I would short the DXY right now, though.
No, not touching that with a 10-foot pull. Let me grab a fib here. Oh man, it's been a long day.
Fuck, DXY is at 107.107 right now.
Yep, it's pumping through the fucking moon. Like, here is just a fib pull from the daily bottom to the top. In my opinion, you know, we're not in a trade zone for myself. We may be on a smaller time frame, but we're just floating. So we still have below us the 0.50 retracement, and then way below us down here, you know, the golden pocket's still sitting. But if you draw from like the previous high to the previous low, it might be a little bit different story. I don't know, man. I mean, Matic will probably do its thing in the bull market, but I'm not bullish on Matic. Holy cow, where's that wick at? Way up here. I mean, it's back into this liquidity zone here. Let me turn Lux back on. I mean, look at that daily zones, and I don't think that just printed either.
I think when it comes time for me to build my portfolio of alts, I'm probably gonna leave Matic out of that one.
So here, look, there's already a daily liquidity on here, and that's huge. That's probably 4%. It's 5.5%. So we took all the liquidity out, and now it's just, it may come back up and you know, just roll over this top. But here's the bigger indicator instead of just picking winners and losers. So here's total 3. Let me just reset, remove drawings. So,
Oh, were you laughing at what I said about Matic?
sorry guys. I actually have charged for this, but it's, there we go. So here is your bull market support band or bear market resistance band on alts. This is crypto. Is this crypto? It is not. Let's get the right one. Here's total 3. So all we've done is come up and retest our bear market support band, right? So what this is the same indicator everybody else uses for our bull market support band. It is the 21-week SMA and the 21-week EMA that make up this logarithmic buying mechanism that just, sets off alarms all over the place, right? If we take a look at our resistance, we are building into this apex still, right? So again, we are below on the daily our bull market support band. We wicked into it. We have closed back below it on the daily chart. Maybe we'll get another crack at it here, but we're not out of the woods at all. Here was my last measured move drawdown. It's still on the chart here. We were somewhere up here in this band, right? I said we'd draw down about 17%. We did not quite get there yet. We haven't even really hit the bottom of the trend line. Maybe we can do some adjustments here. Starting to look kind of like this. But my measured move on this, my final measured move is still much, much further down. So from where we're at now, almost to the T here, it's 30% to the downside to the bottom of this channel. We have this little bit of this hope for the support. We're wicking into the band now. We could get this pump here, but we got to take out every one of these, liquidity nodes on the way out. So let's take a look at the next one. So here it is, minus just Bitcoin. This one actually has ETH as well. So even with the ETH evaluation in the total, we still haven't broke that band. We wicked straight up into it. We hit the top of the band and we rejected. So let's take a look at with Bitcoin. Same thing. Even with Bitcoin in the evaluation, we have not broken the bull market band. Okay? We came up. We wicked out of it. We grabbed as much liquidity as we can, and it looks like potentially we are rolling downhill here. I actually took a short right there while we were watching. I got to play something. I'll give up 1%. But till we break this band with any kind of confidence, I'm not really in it yet. And if you want to know what this is on the I don't know why my trading view is not showing me indicators. Is it bar replay? What if it's bar replay? Yeah, something's wrong with my trading view. Maybe I just gotta close shit up.
Or something. I have to do that every once in a while.
Yeah, I don't know. But this is what we want to break. Wicked up into it. Look what happened last time. We wicked up into it. Here, let's play this back. I'm big now all of a sudden on bar replays and learning from my mistakes. Why can't I bring this back? Caution, bar play isn't available on this symbol. Oh, why you gotta be like that? I guess I can't use it on this asset? That's kind of dumb. But we did the same thing over here, right? So here was the altcoins. Let's look at it on the weekly. I'm not having good time here trading view. There we go. So weekly did the same thing every other time we were in it. So this is alts, total 3. Shot up through it. This was the was July 10th, the XRP case. I think it was. So this was the XRP case. That week shot up, and we did not close above the band.
No, that was in July.
It's July 10th.
Yeah.
Yeah. That following week, it gave a retest. Again, closed below the band. Firm closed below the band. Retest, didn't even get into it. Retest, didn't even get to it. And now, again, retested. And if this week closes below this band, you better be looking at 23K Bitcoin. If not 17K, 18K. Right? As we bleed downhill.
Yep, JR, that's exactly what happened. Kind of went over that a little bit when we first started the video. We talked about kind of what happened.
Yeah, it's market makers taking out shorts. You got to remember, like, if you're let's just play some price action here. Just pretend you got like a $1 million account, right? And let's just do what they're doing. So they got $1 billion accounts, right? This is the price action of Bitcoin. All right, so just like a basic Elliott wave theory, they're shorting at every instance here. They play both sides of the liquidity curve. So they're short here, they're adding short here. They blew everybody's stop loss out. They're adding short here. They faked you out again at the bull trap. You know, they're adding more there. They're not just taking one position, right? And the same thing's happening in the inverse with institutions like BlackRock, right? They're coming in and they're buying the low. They're buying the low. They're buying the low again. It came up. They're buying the low again. They're just adding to their bags the entire time. Yeah, something's wrong with my trading view. There we go. So these guys are just adding shorts, adding shorts, adding shorts. You think all these exchanges that are playing the game right now are doing it for the funsies? They're just not. They're making money. And every dumbass fucking crypto influencer out there that's screaming, "Here we go, it's time," you know, they're getting you your money lost. You know, I got video after video of how far and how low we're probably going to potentially go here as the fall drags into play. I don't know. Maybe we go to the moon tomorrow and everybody proves me wrong. But you think we're heading back up for higher?
Me, dude? Who knows?
I love the confidence.
I already told you 28.5. We put
28.5 is your top. Yeah. I'd like to see us fill this gap here, but is there any more fair value gaps up we've missed? Let's take a peek.
That was
the monthly one, was it?
Until we prove wrong the larger like weekly market structure, how it looks just like the previous bull run. That's what I'm sticking with. Like, I'm sticking with this. This is what I'm sticking with, right? It looks exactly the same. I said,
you want to throw yourself up?
Yeah, when we were talking about this a month ago or whenever we were talking about this right shoulder hadn't formed yet. It's forming right now, right? Just like it formed here when we were in this bull market over here. So right now it's playing out according to plan, but not only is this market structure playing out according to plan, I'm going to keep saying this till I'm fucking blue in the face, but the 2020 halving is looking just like the 2024 halving, where we built up the beginning part of the year, crashed down, retested the lows, and then blasted off to the moon it was like 2-3 months before the halving.
Yeah.
Which I guess for us would be what, February, somewhere around there.
Yeah, it's like mid-March, early February. It's all based on the countdown of those miners, man.
No,
and here's what happens
April.
with the miners.
It's like
right?
April 20th, but I meant like 2 months before the halving would, like, if we follow the pattern. Like up only mode started in like 2 months before the 2020 halving.
It's expected to take place on April 25th. So here's, like, we talked about this on the live, if anybody caught it, with the I was 6fig and the other gentleman on that one. When the halving starts, you know what it means, right? The rewards for Bitcoin are cut in half for mining. Okay, that's pretty cut and dry as it gets. And what happens is, you know, the people, someone's going to shut down every single one of the operations that are running at half profits now. They got to make a choice. Do they have enough equipment? Do they have the right kind of price on electricity? Can they afford to survive on the halving price structure? And more than half of them will be like, nope, we can't. We're closing down operations. That's it. And the 50% or so that are left of the Bitcoin mining operations, their profit levels really don't drop that much. Okay, it's just the sheer amount of miners who stay in profit end up just quitting. So about 50% of the people drop out of the market. They sell everything. They sell all their assets. They sell their mined Bitcoin. They sell their miners. And that's usually that last capitulation as they start making those decisions as the halving comes up, if they're going to close or not. I mean, those calculations are being done probably right now. You know, they're scrambling for new, cheaper electrical sources to see if they can stay open. We have one final capitulation down, and then that's it. You know, people start closing up shop.
Election year next year too. I mean, there's just so many unknowns, even with the halving and the ETFs.
Let's see
So
if we can
much
find an
going on, it
accurate
feels like.
halving sign here. Or what was the ETF schedule?
Don't underestimate Joe Biden's ability to fuck shit up. You know who said that?
That's something you read in chat?
Barack Obama.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious, dude. See if we can find the schedule here.
For what?
The halving. Or not for the halving, for the ETF approvals. Where do we have that pinned?
I don't know. That's the problem with Discord, man. You can never find anything again.
You can use the search.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's spend these last 10, 15 minutes trying to find some alt plays.
Sure. Let's take a peek.
Take a look at BSV.
Bitcoin Cash?
Yeah,
Why would you want to look at that?
no. That's BCH. BSV is the original Bitcoin. For some reason, it pumped its face off today.
It's just low liquidity.
But there's shorts. You can short it on every single exchange.
Yeah.
This $42
DSV.
level not only is a big psychological level, but it's an actual like previous resistance and support level going back. And it's been bleeding. It's been bleeding for a long time. And then today it just got like, I don't know if there was some news or something happened or what, but it pumped its face off. And this 42.
Shit, it's up 6% right now.
Yeah, this $42 level looks kind of ripe for the pick, and I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it's in a bull flag, even on intraday. I mean, if Bitcoin goes down here, it's gonna be a good short. So
Money's starting to kind of come out and bleed again.
I mean, the upside here is a lot higher.
Volume's coming back out. I don't know that we cracked past 42K just looking at these charts.
So it's got a 10% bear flag, $47 if it heads out of here.
Bull
It's
flag.
got no 5-minute order blocks on the chart. Here, we're clean. I mean, if we got down here, it would be my long. But this looks a lot better than a lot of other things. BSV. I don't know who's buying this, but I mean, upside is another 10%.
Go ahead and long it. I'll short it. We'll see who wins.
Let's take a look at the daily. I mean, daily sell signal on matrix. We're in top of the cloud here and closing below it. I mean, that might have been the Augusta right there, man. Pico top was 3.5% ago. That's what Bitcoin should look like. Two huge volume candles in a day. That's a god candle, man. But here, look what happened to it last time. Up one, matched the next, and then dippity doo dah. So do we got to break a structure? Certainly do. This is daily. There's really no good TA here. See if I hit the measured move. I mean, this is like how we teach it on the most basic fundamental level is the retail patterns. So here's your apex. So here's your pennant, your bull pennant starting to form, right? Yeah, you get the first pop off. I mean, if we zoomed in, you probably could have found a 30-minute, 15-minute order block to take the long. But the measured move is apex to apex, right? So here's your initial Dip, here's your initial catch. That's what formed your apex. The measured move is that entire width
Technically, that's a bearish pennant, though. So it actually broke in the
to
opposite
the upside.
direction.
I mean, it's a pennant nonetheless with a bearish entry. So bearish entry to the downside. Dude, my charts are eating a huge one. Holy cow, what is going on here?
What's going on with your computer, dude?
Yeah, I don't know.
Any gaming projects in mind? SAS Finance asks. I'm losing my voice, apparently. Lots of them, dude. High, Magic, Flow, Naka. I think Web3 gaming is going to be huge. I think it's going to reinvigorate NFTs. I think it's going to reinvigorate the metaverse. I think it's the next big thing. We talked about how... did I show you this, Nick?
I don't know.
So you know, here, I'm gonna throw me up real quick. Are you done with that or no?
Yeah, go ahead. I think something's updating on Steam.
You know, CCP Games is doing a Web3 game. EVE
CCP
Online.
is the EVE Online guys.
Yeah. But on top of that, there we go. Fundraises on Token Terminal. So I can't post links. I don't think anyone can post links on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken, but it's literally just tokenterminal.com/terminal/fundraises. And you wanna go to where the projects are getting money, right? As much as I hate VCs, if you want to make money in this, go to where the VCs, venture capitalists, are throwing money. Not only that, but look at projects that haven't been through a bull run yet. So if you can nail all three, if you can find a Web3 gaming project that hasn't been through a bull run yet, that is getting VC money, guess what? You probably have a winner for the next bull run.
Yep.
Period.
Just start DCAing.
Yep. So you can search by project. So I search by gaming, and I'll just show you here real quick how this works. You can do everything, right? You want to check out what's gambling. You want to check out education, infrastructure, insurance, oracles. This site is freaking amazing. So let's search by round value.
There we go. We're moving again. Maybe.
So look, you can see these big gaming projects, right? So some of these have been through the bull run, and these are old, right? So this is Forte got the largest series of funding in the Web3 gaming space with almost $750 million in 2021. So Forte's gonna be one to watch. Sorar's gonna be one to watch. Axie Infinity, of course, but you can also search by round date, which is what I do to see who recently is getting money and how much. So Proof of Play got a seed of $33 million recently. Then you can click on them and kind of drill in to see how much money is specifically flowing into these. But this website for spotting potential plays for this upcoming bull market, this is what I'm using, man.
I've never even heard of that.
Tokenterminal.com/terminal/fundraises. See where all the money's flowing into.
What about that that Champions game that was by Ubisoft?
Yeah, that's coming out. Square Enix is making one. The Final Fantasy people are making a Web3 game. There's a lot coming out and going on in the Web3 gaming space, and I think it's gonna be the next big sector, right? Like we had crypto, and then it was NFTs, and then it was metaverse, and then it was AI. It's gonna be Web3 gaming next, I promise you. Which is then going to kind of reinvigorate everything because they all kind of tie into it.
Yeah.
And it already is. There's a lot of these Web3 coins that have done well in this bear market. Naka has done well.
Alluvium's been done pretty good.
Yep, compared to a lot of these other coins right now. So
I still think one of the
getting into them now in anticipation of the bull run.
Yeah, I still think one of the best ones going to be. Let me find it here. I got it. Wild. WILD.
Wilder Games.
Yep.
Yep, that's another big one I'm watching.
So somebody, some
They're
whale yesterday
launching-
bought like 8.4 million in that.
They're actually
Real
launching their first playable version
Wilder
of
World.
that game here very soon, like weeks, I believe.
So I've been DCAing to this since like the bottom of the market.
And this is a real game,
Yeah.
like allegedly, but it'll be real once I can log into and play it. But it's not one of these, like if you remember when the metaverse was a thing and like Snoop Dogg was buying land, dude, no one's playing that shit.
Nobody's going back.
Nobody's going back to play that shit.
Dude,
Like,
they're
this is an
buying lots
actual-
in Sandbox for fucking
Yeah, this is like a
$100,000.
AAA actual game. This is
GTA.
Grand Theft Auto meets Cyberpunk.
Yep.
Play to earn mechanics, which is cool. Cross-platform.
If anybody's got kids that play Roblox, man, you got to think of all these Web3 games as just Roblox games.
100%. I actually did a whole.
They're gonna be
live
fire for
stream
like 90
about
days,
that.
and then they're gonna be the next guy's gonna take over.
Dude, imagine if Roblox launched with Web3.
It'd be nuts.
Even though it's mostly kids, so I don't know how that.
And if there's a model coming out like Roblox or Minecraft
Minecraft.
where you can make a world within a world, like they give you the tool set, like what's the best facsimile for us? Like the Epic Game Engine, right? The Unreal Engine. That's kind of like a facsimile for the Roblox engine. Like if somebody can create a game with the engine and they just keep pumping out the games within the same universe, I mean that's what you're kind of looking for, right? But this has been on my radar for a long time. I think Ape was actually talking about this a little bit too. I haven't seen him in a minute. He'd go back to school, I guess, huh?
Don't know.
Don't
He's
know.
young.
He's a young guy. He's a young guy. Good trader though, man. At least looks at the right data.
Well, we've been going for an hour, dude. You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. We can wrap it anywhere you want. Just be careful. Like we haven't broken a higher high yet. And just keep that level in mind. Let's go back. Wild's getting a little bit of a pump ski.
Yeah, when I all flip the bullish, once we crack this, once we make a higher high and we hold it, we're back bullish. We're back talking about the bear market. Once we get past this equilibrium here, right? We're underneath this, we're bearish. We're over this, we're bullish. Otherwise, we just got the premium zone up here, which is the previous market tops, and then a discount zone way down here. We're looking at a larger time frame play. Plus, like you kind of alluded to, like Fed hasn't pivoted yet.
Nope. Don't fight the Fed, guys.
The Fed has not pivoted yet.
If anything, it's getting worse. I mean, today they said, we're giving Ukraine more money. We're trying to avert a government shutdown of our own, and we're worried about giving the war machine more money.
As large cities and like retailers are leaving large cities because theft is out of fucking control.
So here's the chart I wanted to find you earlier. So here was I have these drawn out with local value area ranges. So you have the bull market support band. We wicked up into it. We couldn't get it. But another reason I was looking at this 29.2 level is it's the previous range value area low, right? It's tough to see it there because I just drew through it. But it's this red line. So this top structure, this top weekly structure, we have a value area low sitting here at about 29,300, 350, right? It's a Bitstamp chart, so it's going to be a little bit different every chart. Okay, and then we had a 4-hour range in there that has a value area low at about 29,300, so almost 30K. But we have not come up and even wicked into that yet. My ultimate SFP here is that, this candle body, somewhere between 29.3, 29.2, and 29.6.5. If there's going to be one more pump up and we don't find any support down here, I mean, I'm looking for shorts again up here, like heavy shorts, right? And if we end up getting to the POC at 30,500, again, I'm looking for heavy shorts. That's not just based on market sentiment overall. This is just based on structure, right? I mean, look how long these pumps last. If there is a bullish event in Bitcoin, it shows on the weekly. I mean, here on beginning of March, that is a weekly candle that completely filled up. Here was the second leg of that. Here's the first leg down, okay? So here's, a week down, a week up, a week down, a week down, a week down, a week down, a week up, a week down, a week down, a week up. That's bearish market structure. So we're doing the same thing here, right? So we got one up. Do we end up coming down and filling it right back down? And then we get a retest, and then we just continue downhill? I don't know. You got to tell me someone who's actually bullish on Bitcoin that has money to buy it, besides institutions. People are worried about putting food on the table right now. Like, what do you see on your timelines and your social media? Do you see people talking about investing, or do you see them talking about struggles for inflation and back to school cost and how much food's up and how bad gas is creeping back up? Like those are the conversations I see on my regular social media every day. In the homes I work in every day. Everyone's bitching about something. A lot of people seem to be just relieved football season's back, so they stop thinking about everything else.
Taylor Swift, baby.
Yeah, right. What a fucking joke, dude.
Whatever. I bet you last night's Chiefs game was like, aside from a Super Bowl, probably the most watched game because of Taylor Swift, dude. Because all the fucking
just because of Taylor Swift.
Women, yeah, 100%. Because of all the women that tuned in to watch Taylor Swift.
I have people on my timeline talking about it. It's wild. What the fuck is going on with my charts, man?
I gotta get out of here, dude. Let's go.
All right, that's it, guys.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Ben wants to go. We're out of here.
Later.
Later.